Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Wanda Coleman Theater. I'd like to welcome you all to Just in Time, Poetry and Jazz, Paul Vangelisti, and Robyn's Nest Quintet. My name is Jimmy Vega, and I'm the Associate Director of Beyond Baroque. I'd like to start by acknowledging Beyond Baroque's presence on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Tonga peoples. We acknowledge the wrong done to these peoples through settler colonialism, genocidal practices, and the violent dispossession of their land. As an arts organization, we are committed to uplifting Indigenous communities, their stories, and cultures. For those who don't know, Beyond Baroque is Los Angeles' oldest literary arts center, located here in Venice, California. Founded in 1968 by George Drury Smith, first as an experimental literary magazine before reimagining itself and becoming the literary home we know it as today. We are based out of the original Venice City Hall and help support writers and help cultivate new writing through our extensive program of writing workshops, readings, and performances. We offer a number of workshops online via Zoom, such as our free weekly Monday night fiction workshop, facilitated by Raquel Baker, and our historic Wednesday night poetry workshop, currently facilitated by Arthur Kazakian. Similarly, we offer several paid in-person and online intensive workshops throughout the year. Later this fall, we'll feature a special critique workshop with Dorianne Locks and Kim Artemizio, with a few more workshops slated for the rest of the year as well. Aside from our workshops, we offer several readings throughout the year. Later this evening, we'll celebrate the release of Writing the Golden State, featuring work by Cassandra Lane, Ramon Garcia, and Caribbean Fregosa, to name a few. And next week, we'll feature our series on the stairs, Skulls and Stairs, as well as a special reading featuring Wei Japan, Dare Williams, and Sarah Ellen Fowler. So please do come back for that. For more, visit us on our website at beyondbaroque.org or on our socials at Lit Arts. We also offer several memberships to Beyond Baroque, starting at $60 for an individual membership. Purchasing a membership allows us to offer free online and in-person programming, as well as our free weekly writing workshops. Many of you know our memberships also provide a discount on our intensive workshops and some discounts in the bookstore as well. And lastly, on November 2nd, we'll be hosting our annual fundraiser, the Beyond Gala, over at Playa Studios in Culver City. We really would like to see all of you out there. We're going to be gathering to honor our special honorees, Shashi Foster, Ashaki Jackson, Douglas Messerly, and Gazine and John Doe of the band X, who actually met in our Wednesday night workshop here a few years ago. So it's going to be a special night. If you're interested in purchasing a ticket, becoming a sponsor, donating to our silent auction, please do see me after today's performance. Before we begin, I want to give a big special thank you to all of our staff for making today possible. Eric Alberg in the booth, Quentin Ring, our executive director, Ivan Salinas, our programs manager, Genesis Perez in the bookstore. Thank you for all that you do. And now I'm going to read some bios before we get started. Paul Vangelisti has published more than 30 books of poetry and is a noted translator from Italian. In 2015, he edited Amiri Baraka's S.O.S poems 1961 to 2013 for Grove Atlantic. And later this year, a bilingual edition of his poems, Imperfect Music, will be forthcoming from Edizioni Galleria Mazzoli in Modena. In 2006, Lucia Re and his translation of Amelia Rosselli's War Variations won both the Premio Flaiano in Italy and the PEN USA Award for translation. While his translation of Adriano Spatola's The Position of Things, Collected Poems, 1961 through 1992, received the Academy of American Poets Translation Prize in 2010. Vangelisti lives and works in Los Angeles. Robyn's Nest is a collaborative jazz ensemble led by Dr. Robyn Javier, a former neuroscientist and lecturer at Caltech. The group features some of the top musicians in Los Angeles, playing a repertoire that includes straight-ahead jazz standards, classics from the Great American Songbook, and other favorites. Every performance is a unique experience filled with creative energy, spontaneity, and joy. And I think Paul will do maybe a little bit of intros for the band maybe a little later. Without further ado, welcome to our program and give it up for Robyn's Nest and Paul Vangelisti. Just in Time is in the bookstore. Please put them up. Thank you.
In walked Bud, yours, mine, everybody's out of the night, as came Orpheus and Parmenides and the rest of the ancillary personnel to fill the room and get the place jumping. That was it, mostly ambition, when I was barely 15 and heard the downbeat and the sound filling every chair. Once Orpheus blew in Thrace, though Aristotle denies he even existed. In Elea, Parmenides knew that it'd be the same thing to think and to be born. And all the while, the earth is deeply rooted in water. Until Bud walks in after school on my friend's father's stereo somewhere on the downslope of Lone Mountain. Monk was there, of course, and Ellington and Gillespie and Mingus and Sonny Rollins, and I think Paul Desmond. A little ambition left, but for the demonic stepping in a not too grand room to blow invisible. And the sun setting here, flush on stucco and roof tile along the outrage of talk, peddling death to every corner of a not soon enough perishing empire. Times in North Beach, when who's on first and what's on second, and learning how to blow to absolve the bus and step to the invisible amplitude of Los Angeles. Until coming to know angles of bedazzled angels, east to west, west to east, and all the awful words between. Until blowing anywhere for what's left of romance. But again, old guy in slouch hat next to the door. was In Walked Bud, 1947, Thelonious Monk composition. The band, let me introduce now the group: Robyn's Nest, Robyn Javier on trombone, Jeff Kay on flugelhorn, Mark Massey on piano, Kendall Kay on drums, and Jeff Takaguchi on bass. And soon to join me somewhere, he's here, I trust, Polly Geller, who's the vocalist today. The next tune we're going to do is It Might As Well Be Spring, music by Richard Rogers, lyrics by... We got it right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, music by Richard Rogers, lyrics by Oscar Hammerstein from the 1945 film State Fair. To the scene of the crime, making the casual Penelope of us all lying awake to watch a sail grow even closer, or for a moment turn away. However interrupted, memories a map to oblivion, rivers and valleys mistaken for the past, persons and events now slipping from the record. Worn by westerly winds year after year, only stone thrives as witness. O most elegant prose, spell us from the harsher ways of recalling. Let my restless eye hop with you between the grapevines and the uncut grasses. The next tune is My Foolish Heart, music by Victor Young, lyrics by Ned Washington, from the 1949 film of the same name, My Foolish Heart. Take care that the fallen leaves rhyme a blanket as you wake the soft hillside, head to foot, favoring a dusty sound, and a drift of melody dwindling among bare branches. A dizzy relief of red, brown, yellow, and ochre. Beware this gentlest slope of toppling memory, and early morning voices catching a breath, collapsing rhyme between love and fascination.
The night is like a lovely foolish heart, how wide the ever-constant moon. Take care, my foolish heart. There's a line between love and fascination. That's hard to see on an evening such as this. A few, but they both bring the very same sensation. When you're lost in the magic of a deal, your lips are much too close to mine. Take care, my foolish heart. But should our eager lips combine, then let the fire start. What the sky, it is fascination. No, the dream that will feel part of one. It's a love this time. This time it's love, my foolish like a lovely tune. Beware my foolish heart. How widely ever constant. Take care, my foolish heart. There's a line between love and fascination that's hard to see on an evening such as this. For they both bring the very same sensation when you're lost in the magic of a kiss. Your lips are much too close to mine. Beware my foolish heart. But should I your lips combine, then let the fire start. For this time it isn't fascination, though a dream that will fade and fall apart. Ooh, it's a love this time. This time it's love, my foolish
Catching a breath, collapsing rhymes between love and fascination. Our next tune is In the Still of the Night, Cole Porter, for the 1937 film Rosselli.
in the still of the night, as I gaze from my window at the moon in its flight, my thoughts all stray to you. In the still of the night,
Comforting at this end of a world so perfectly what it seems. A hush of tires north and west along the dry riverbed, ever discreet in its improbability, where night remains unnoticeably another day. Silence is abed with dark wheeling in pursuit of lost and found and lost again. A world disguised as white space, reliably incomplete, discomforting in the promise of completion. A dancer impersonating a dance, song a river, soon asleep. The next piece is I've Got the World on a String, music by Harold Arlen, lyrics by Ted Koehler, 1932. That whole month, the weather was uncertain, as she was, reasonably bored, struggling for words in a flimsy chain of events. The choices grew smaller and relatively meager, delighting in words coming together simply by their outward shape and music. It was, after all, a prosperous countryside. Mild weather, comings and goings, longing for no immediate past. Unless this isn't what she meant, hopes and desires fascinating mostly as parodies of themselves. Wait, a remote voice cautions in sleep. She wants to believe in a universe in which she is not alone. Hold it, right there, comes from the end of the corridor. The voice barks, "Who the hell are you anyway?"
Got the world on a string. I can't hear the first note. Thank you. I've got the world on a string, sitting on the ring. Got the string around my finger. What a world, what a life, finding love. I've got a song that I sing. I can make the ring go anytime I move my finger. Lucky me, can't you see I'm in love? Life's a beautiful thing. As long as I hold the string, I'd be a silly so if I should ever let you go. I've got the world on a string. I can make the ring go anytime I move my finger. Look at me, can't you see I'm in love? Life's a beautiful thing. As long as I hold the string, I'd be a silly so and so if I should ever let go. I've got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. Got the string around my finger. What a world, what a life, I'm in love. What a world, what a life, I'm in
The next tune is Blue Moon by Richard Rogers, lyrics by Lorenz Hart, 1934. Yes.
You saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Blue, you knew just what I was there for. You heard me saying a prayer for someone I really could care for. And then you suddenly appeared before me, the only one my heart could ever know. I said somebody whisper, please adore me. And then suddenly the machine turned to gold. Now I'm no longer alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own.
The rain, when it finally comes, settles in easy stillness across avenues and houses, leaving the fading light to linger. Nothing like moon or stars, just a vague desire to get back home. Later, wobbling from the bed in the middle of the night, wondering if one might remember who you've already been. Otherwise, listening for the sounds of tires, a few footsteps, a door closing somewhere below. One could slip back to bed or keep at this page, the stark comfort of a pen sliding over thoughts and intentions not entirely your own. An occasional car on the boulevard, something or someone to consider. Next tune, second to the last, is Just in Time, music by Jewel Stein, lyrics by Betty Condon and Adolph Green. First heard in the 1956 musical The Bells Are Ringing. And should add, Just in Time is the name of this book that we are celebrating today. It came out in July, and then problems with distributors and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, today we're distributing Just in Time, and just by chance, there are copies for sale outside.
Okay.
Pausing over a blank page, at a loss for what emptiness may bring, singing about not singing, or taking a walk without anywhere to go. The whole time rhyming as if it were the only choice of girls and boys who gave it all away. Certainly, more often elegiac, as if loss were a calling not unlike rhyme. Dark, just in time for evening to feel sublimely palpable, at least from the vintage of scribbling across empty pages, miming the silences that night at this window has imposed. Time, this escape to align with your first taste of the dark. Happily, the window can't speak, as what's missing seems no more telling than crowded bookshelves on an echoing surface. Bread and butter, bread and butter, bread and butter, whisper rows of swarming ancestors on their way to determine another day.
Just in time, I found you just in time. Before you came, my time was running low. I was lost, the losing dice were tossed. My bridges all were crossed, nowhere to go. You just in time. I found you just in time. Before you think my time was running low. I was lost, a losing dice with dice. My bridges all were crossed, nowhere to go. Now you're here, and now I know just where I'm going. No more doubt or fear. I found my way. Oh, love came just in time. You found me just in time and changed my lonely life. That lonely life, that lonely life, that lonely.
Just in time. Our last piece, fittingly enough, is Don't Get Around Much Anymore, composed by the great Duke Ellington, 1940, and the lyrics were composed 2 years later by Bob Russell. Don't get around much anymore.
Miss the Saturday dance. Heard they crowded the floor. It's awfully different without you. Don't get around much anymore. Thought I'd visit the club. Heard they crowded the door. It's awfully lonely without you. Don't get around much anymore. Oh, but darling, I guess my mind's more at ease. For nevertheless, why stir up memories? Been invited on dates. Wasn't interested at all. Awfully different without you. Don't get around much anymore.
It isn't time itself, but the notion of fading moments that's unappealing. What's the question? While the tune ends abruptly, lifting the tempo to languish another day. A fleeting touch, a voice misplaced long ago. A destination often elusive as falling asleep. Slumber as dreams rush the downbeat and no one's alive, or not yet born, or simply visiting. Making up for years of starting awake without any notion of what one's just heard. Robyn Javier on trumpet, trombone, Jeff Kay on flugelhorn, Mark Massey on piano, Kendall Kay on drums, Jeff Takiguchi on bass. And thank you all for coming today just in time. Thank you.
Yeah. What was that? Oh, shit, man.